weekend, Mzansi, and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Khaleesi Foundation, and today is all about looking ahead to Father's Day. Kicking it off, though, we're catching up with singer-songwriter Jeremy Loops about life and making music in lockdown. And we'll be touching base with the first couple of rugby, Captain Khaleesi and his wife Rachel, as they travel around the country delivering supplies to those in need. But first, we have exciting news for our SABC3 family, the international community that works tirelessly to uplift society and eradicate extreme poverty. Global Citizen has partnered with our channel for the upcoming global goal, Unite for Our Future concert. I mean, South Africa, how exciting is that? Global Citizen's latest campaign is focused on combating the disproportionate effect that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on marginalized communities. They're encouraging us to call on the world leaders to make testing, treatment, and vaccines available everywhere. The pre-recorded concert will air on Saturday, the 27th of June, and we'll be keeping you posted on all the exciting things to expect. I'm definitely looking forward to that Global Citizens campaign. I know the ladies in the kitchen also love music. They also love all things groovy, baby. So ladies, it is Father's Day. What are we cooking?
Yes, welcome to our kitchen, everybody. Well, today I'm going to make a beautiful spaghetti carbonara. So that is just a creamy spaghetti with lots of bacon.
And I'm putting a vegetarian twist to that classic that you're going to be making today.
Yeah, but aren't you making a salmi as well?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We are also making a delicious, tasty super dad salmi. So if you consider yourself a super dad, if you have a super dad, then stay tuned. Get the details for the recipe on afternoonexpress.co.za and let's get cooking.
Jeremy Loops is not only an Mzansi musician who is loved by many here at home and across the world, but he is also a humanitarian at heart, who's identified a social crisis at the heart of the COVID-19 pandemic here in South Africa. He joins us in the loft now to talk about these efforts, life in lockdown, and his upcoming music. Jeremy, welcome to the show.
Yo! How you doing?
I'm good. I'm loving that energy, and I'm loving that top band. Looking fab as always.
You. Well, nice to be here.
Now, you've been on lockdown longer than most. Please may you share why you've been on lockdown for so long and before the rest of us?
Well, I've been writing my third album now for some time. So I finished all my worldwide touring last year. At the end of the year, we had a big year traveling the world and did a big tour in South Africa as well. And, you know, after 2 years of touring my second album, it was time to write my third album. And so, I block booked the whole of December and January. Basically, January and February were all block booked just to write my album and be in my home studio. And so it was nice. I spent January and February just at home, basically locked in my studio day after day for 8 weeks. And wrote all the songs and recorded a bunch of stuff. And just as I was done, this crisis hit and we went into lockdown, and I basically went straight from being in my own lockdown at home to basically being forced into lockdown at home. So it's been a long year inside for me.
Now, there are some interesting facts that our viewers and our fans might not know about you, like one that includes you burning down your family home. Can you share that story with us, Jeremy?
Whoa, yeah, okay, that's real. One very unfortunate day, I'd been at some disco party the night before, and I left these 70s style synthetic white bell bottoms over a heater, and they caught a light and they lit my room on fire, which led to the whole house basically catching a light. And all the kids had gone to school. My mother had taken us to school. I was maybe 15, 16, and my dad was left in the house to fend for himself and fight for his life, and it was all a very close call and very scary, but it was definitely quite something. My dad and I had a few months to try and get over that.
You know, growing up when you get into trouble, people just say, yeah, I'm telling on. Okay, we are not saying that South Africans now must just go be reckless and leave things on heaters, it being winter and people are cold.
Don't.
Yeah, let's be responsible with everything in the household and with ourselves and our family. I mean, it is Youth Month. It is the month of June, Jeremy. So what message would you like to send to the youth?
I think what I would say to everyone right now is, we're just going through such an interesting time historically, and it might never happen again. This is quite an interesting moment, and I think my message is just that people take this time to really like figure out what they want to do, like who they want to be, because there are no rules now. Your career or your job or what you're interested in, it might not even be around at the end of this pandemic, So trying to figure out really what you want to do and what your purpose and your value might be. I think there's never been a better time to really try and dig deep and figure that out for young people and choose the right path through all of this.
And so you've been very vocal about humanitarian crisis that is upon us in SA due to COVID-19. And it was a crisis that gave rise to the Big Food Drive. Now, please may you tell us about this initiative?
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing that you bring it up. The Big Food Drive, we started a month ago, just over, and it was kind of in response to what is for sure becoming a growing humanitarian crisis in South Africa, especially, with people living on the breadline and just surviving really in this country, often so many people in the best of times. And now we're heading into some of the most brutal times. People are struggling to provide just their most basic needs, providing to get food on the table for their families, for their children. And I just felt like I needed to activate my community in whatever positive ways I could. And so we started a fundraiser called the Big Food Drive, and I forged some partnerships with local farming communities who are growing fresh produce, and a trucking company who are involved in the delivery of that produce. And we just went about seeing, can we start a movement to get fresh produce like potatoes and carrots and tomatoes, onions, lots of spinach and kale to the different soup kitchens that are starting up? And can we be involved in helping bring some extra capacity to the different feeding schemes which are feeding people across the country? And I was so pleasantly surprised. It's been a month. We've raised more than 750,000 Rand already.
And if people are desperate to help, what do you need? Where do you guys fall short? And where can South Africa get involved?
For us, it's just all about getting enough funding in to get us through winter. That's, for me, the big goal was, can we put together a fundraiser and a network of distribution? And so the network of distribution has kind of been the difficult part. So finding the different NGOs on the ground who are doing the work already and making sure one goes, gets into the right spaces to really get to the most vulnerable people, because a lot of the time the most vulnerable people are the ones who aren't able to go and collect their voucher or go, it's often like little children, and it's often the elderly, and it's often undocumented people as well. And so we had quite a lot of work to do, and I put a team together, and we went out into the different communities, and we actually mapped out a distribution network, so we know that the food we are raising money for every week goes to the right places every week. So that's done. Now it's just about making sure we get enough money in every week so that we can continue to support these different soup kitchens until winter's over. And if people want to help, if people want to lend a hand with us, you can just go to the Big Food Drive, one word, on Instagram. You can also find it on my Jeremy Loops Instagram. I've been posting lots of things about it, or on Facebook. It's just called the Big Food Drive, one word.
All that information will also be on Afternoon Express's website, so you can just head over to afternoonexpress.co.za and you can get finding out how you can give back and see us through the winter. Now let's get back to the music, Jeremy. You have completed your eagerly awaited third studio album. So what can fans expect to hear after listening to this album, and how does it differ to your first two studio albums?
Yeah, it's been exciting. Working on this third album has definitely been, also as a result of this lockdown, it's been the longest I've ever had to really finesse the songs. I've had the time to record certain things and go back and re-record them and come up with some more interesting lyrics and go back and re-record them in a way that maybe on my first two albums I didn't have that time, because I was often like racing to get it done and then racing to tour the world. Whereas now my touring has been cancelled for the whole year. So I've had a lot of extra time. I've been like just really getting deep into the songs. And so I think that what they can expect is undoubtedly my best work I've ever produced. And yeah, unlike some of, maybe my first album where there was a handful of songs that were really great songs, and maybe some songs which were just the best songs I had at the time, this new album is absolutely my best songs from start to finish. So I'm really struggling to figure out which ones I like more than others. And that feels really nice, just to end up with a body of work where I can stand behind every single song in there with just full heart.
I mean, Jeremy, South Africa right now is like, what is he talking about? Album 1 and album 2 were straight fire. But okay, we'll take your word for it. If you say that your third studio album is the best, you've promised us a press play. And that just means from number 1 all the way down to the bottom, we cannot skip any track. I'm looking forward to that, Jeremy. Something else I'm looking forward to, though, is Father's Day, which is coming up this weekend. How are you celebrating Father's Day being super close to your father?
I'm not going to give too much away about what, because it is Father's Day and he's not supposed to know. But in my family, we're all about doing things that really mean something. So we don't generally spend a lot of money on each other or buy big gifts. But, it's about trying to do things that really matter to each other. And so we know exactly what really matters to my dad, and we'll make sure to be, plugging into those needs for him on that day.
Okay, we'll keep the rest of it a secret between you and I. I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic weekend, though, with your father and the rest of the family. All the best, Jeremy Noops. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing through the big food drive. And I'm sure South Africans are going to be chasing away, wanting to get stuck in as well this winter. We appreciate it, and God bless. Cheers.
Thank you so much for having me. Peace.
Peace. Speaking about peace, I want to find out, is it peace, love, and happiness this weekend in your household? How are you celebrating Father's Day with your loved ones? Head over to our Afternoon Express page and use that hashtag Afternoon Express. And remember, South Africa, being a father doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a biological father. If you are a father figure to anyone, leave those comments.
I just love this guy's music. I admit I went to one of his concerts and I was in the front row just boogieing away. Polly, what does the viewers say what they're going to do on Father's Day?
You know, it is a little bit of a secret. We can't say too much, but we have asked you on social media, what are you surprising your fathers with this Father's Day? But most importantly, South Africa, he doesn't have to be your biological father. It could be a paternal figure, okay? So we've got Calvin, and Calvin says, I'm going to cook his favorite dish and intentionally burn it just to make the day memorable. After that, I'll take him out to spoil him. Hashtag Afternoon Express. I mean, the secret is spoiled now, but talking about burning dishes, okay, what are we going to be cooking?
We're making a spaghetti carbonara.
Ooh, a spaghetti carbonara, taking dads to Italy. So all of that, and Rachel and Sia Khaleesi coming up.
Clover fresh milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome to our kitchen, everybody. Welcome, Tooms.
Hi,
It's
Anna.
Friday. Yay, yay, yay.
I'm so happy the weekend is
Yes.
here. I need the break.
I'm making a beautiful dish tonight. It's a spaghetti carbonara. It's my husband's favorite dish.
Aw.
And it's very simple. It's just pasta, bacon, egg, and some parmesan. This baking is going crazy.
He looks excited.
I know. But let me just start with the pasta.
Okay.
So you got your boiling water, and the secret for a good pasta is to put lots of salt in the water. People sometimes think that it's not necessary, but you need it. Needs to, when you taste the water, it needs to be like seawater. That is how salty it must be. Then you add your bacon. I'm sorry, my pasta, I add it like this. And then I just stir it so it actually starts, it all goes to the bottom.
Okay, because that also helps.
Otherwise, it goes all funny. Put it-
I get you.
And then I just stir it with a fork so it loosens up a bit. And then you leave that baby. And for this specific recipe, you must only cook it for about 2 minutes less than the packet, al dente.
Okay, and the reason for that is?
Because it's going to cook further in my bacon. But Tooms, what are you cooking?
I'm actually going to make the exact same thing you're making, but I'm putting a vegetarian twist. And instead of using bacon, I'm going to be using some eggplants. So because you've started frying your bacon, okay,
Jumping around.
okay. I'm going to start with my eggplant as well, get it nicely fried.
And for the recipe, the viewers can go to afternoonexpress.co.za. And then, okay, so the pasta's going, boiling, and you're going to see how quick this is. So I've already fried my bacon here to crispy, crispy bits. And leave the fat inside this pan, because that is what it's going to make this pasta so delicious.
Correct. That's where the flavor is, right?
Yes, that's where the flavor is. And now for the creamy component, I've got my cremel. And I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of cremel. I first want a 1/4 cup of the pasta water. You still going to take the pasta water?
Oh, yes, let me get mine as well.
Yes,
I'm
please
going
get
to
yours.
need some of this for my cremel as well.
And then you take your cremel and you mix it with, to get that, instead of cream, we're using cremel in your little holder. And now I'm just going to whisk it. Let me just get this thing standing here.
I
Are you
love the
whisking?
fact that you could actually, like you've mentioned, you can replace the cream with the cremel, because cremel has that light, tasty, creamy flavor.
I know.
And you don't really have to add like too much to it. The cremel.
And it's perfect for baking, frying, and all those things. And in my beautiful cup of tea with my dash of honey, always a bit of cremel.
I used to be too indulgent with milk powder when I have tea.
Yeah.
I used to literally like have a layer of the milk powder at the bottom, and then the sugar, and then whatever I'm going to be, whether it's tea or coffee, and then pour. So whatever space is left, that'll be the water. It's basically milk tea.
So, Tooms, I've already got pasta that I've cooked beforehand.
Okay.
And if you want to be clever, and if you want, we've got guests that you have the evening, boil your pasta beforehand, al dente. And then I've put a bit of olive oil through this. And look how loose it is. I boiled this about an hour ago. And I'm just going to warm it up now. Now I'm going to add this to my pan.
Okay. I'm literally going to mirror every single thing you're doing
what I
that
do.
side.
I'm going to add that to the pan. Oh, I can just, pasta is now coated, firstly, by this beautiful bacon fat. That is the first thing. And it's, okay, and I don't eat bacon, but
it's fine, we can switch today.
Yes.
I'm making a dish for you, you're making a dish for me. This is our supper for today.
So I'm going to add my cremel to my dish slowly. And that is, look at that creaminess that it's already starting to use here. Are you adding your pasta and your cremel too?
And the nice thing about it is because we're adding the cremel, it actually is going to reduce and thicken.
Yes, it is going to reduce.
You don't need any additional thickness to this.
And then now the secret of a carbonara is this egg. You need to put egg in, like geklitste eier. But you have to add it slowly to the pan because you don't want scrambled eggs.
Of course. Okay.
So I'm just with on a medium heat. You can see it's already thickened, the cremel. I'm going to add it slowly in like a little stream. And we don't want it to scramble. Slowly, 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 slowly. So it's going to thicken your cremel. Remember that your eggs is like a thickener now, like a custard thickener.
Yes.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks divine. So Tooms, all I do now, parmesan. You can't cook any dish without Parmesan.
And you don't actually need the salt because the saltiness will come from the Parmesan.
Yes, it will come from the Parmesan and from the bacon. So I'm going to add this.
Perfecto.
Look at this. Oh,
That looks
there's
amazing.
the dish. And always Toombs, add it, finish it with more cheese, and the people and our viewers can get this delicious recipe on afternoonexpress.co.za.
Lekker.
Ah,
Can't wait to
this is
taste that.
delicious, Toombs. That looks divine.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
The Khaleesi Foundation encompasses Sia and Rachel Khaleesi's hearts in one project. The Khaleesi duo had a vision to change the narrative of inequality for people in vulnerable and disadvantaged communities in South Africa by providing assistance and opportunities through their partnerships. To chat to us more today about this incredible campaign is the Khaleesi duo, Rachel and Sia Khaleesi. Welcome to the Loft, Rachel and Sia.
Hello.
Hey, thanks so much for having us.
It's so lovely to see you guys all loved up in this cold winter with your hoodies on, looking cute as ever. So I have to just get into the first question by finding out, guys, lockdown, how are you surviving? 4 children, homeschooling, cooking, cleaning, and of course not forgetting the daily fitness regime.
Well, I think if you stay married throughout the lockdown, I think you can basically overcome anything because it has its challenges, that's for sure. But I am very grateful to have him home. He is usually traveling most of the year, so it's been really nice to have him home, and the kids have really enjoyed it as well.
A lot of couples at this time are learning new things about each other. Is there anything new you've learned about each other during this time?
I learned something new last night, actually. He got in bed and he was freezing, right? So I said to him, why didn't you put socks on your feet? And he said, I can't because I get claustrophobic.
No, Sia, stop it. Get out of town. Are you serious?
I do. I thought that's a term to use at that moment. She asked me, I don't know where my socks. And I get too claustrophobic and too warm.
Okay, well, here's to learning.
You realize that claustrophobic doesn't mean that what I was saying there.
I just love you guys. I mean, every time I think of you guys, I think that you're always out there lending a helping hand to those that are in need. I mean, through the years, we've seen your philanthropic work, and now we witness it firsthand, the amazing work you do through the foundation you have developed, the Khaleesi Foundation. So please may you talk to us about how this came to life.
Well, we were a few months away from launching the foundation. We weren't expecting to do it so soon, but of course, with the COVID state, we really wanted to get involved and help those on the front line. So originally we started helping people with PPE and the frontline workers, and then we ventured off into food security. So for people that, you can't expect somebody who's lost their job and doesn't have an income to stay at home with no food. So food security was a big thing, and I think we had a goal of feeding 6,000 people, and I think we're actually close to 41,000 people now. So it's been really incredible, and I think just the journey has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think as well, we don't only feed once off, we make sure 3 months minimum, and we try and go back to the families, and we've traveled over 15,000 kilometers all around South Africa. I think we've gone to 5 different provinces, and we've got 4 more to go. And I think, because we also want to make sure that people know in every single province that we don't only target one area. There's need all around South Africa, and we're just telling stories of the people, people that will never be heard before, and now we're able to share those stories.
Yeah, using your platform and where you are in the world to be the voice of those that are voiceless. I quite like that. Such beautiful sentiments. Yeah. Now, please may you share some of the background stories of the people and the communities that you're able to assist.
Okay, so we started off, obviously, where I grew up in Sweden, and we had seen people waiting in line for food packages, and they didn't come through. And then we went with Ubuntu Foundation. We work with Nelson Mandela Foundation and Ubumba Foundation, each one feed one. And then we put our heads together, and then we went to PE, and then we donated 500. And so Ubuntu have have a group of people that they look after the elderly, the sick, and the young, and we always target homes with young kids.
Now, Khaleesi's, please do. Let's get into how the rest of South Africa can get behind you and help carry on with the incredible work that you're doing with your fellow South Africans.
People can go to www.khaleesifoundation.org and all the information is there. We've got a volunteer forms for anyone who could potentially volunteer their time or their skills. And I think that if everyone just gives a little, you know, we can really put something together and push it really far. And then all over social media. So we're on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram.
And we are encouraging all South Africans to go on Afternoon Express's website because we also have all the tea as to how you can contribute to the Khaleesi Foundation. Now, do you guys have any words of endearment for fellow South Africans going through a terrible, tough times right now?
It's a time to really just pull together and like unify. And I think with all of the other stuff going on at the moment around the world, but specifically in South Africa, you know, the gender-based violence, the Black Lives Matter movements that are happening now, super important movements. And I really just believe, you know, if people just kind of step back and choose to educate themselves and just come together, you know, and let's just really unify and push South Africa forward, you know, and really just push it to be the best possible country that it can be. And the people living in the country are living the best possible quality of life that they can.
Like anybody with a platform, use your platform. Anybody with a voice, use your voice. I think us as men need to do is start speaking about gender-based violence. I think the ladies and the women have showed that, you know, they've done all they can. You know, they're still doing more, but I think it's time for us as men to stand up now and just make sure we put an end to this. And it starts by a small thing. First, how you teach your children, and then how you talk to each other. You know, we keep each other accountable. I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but this is now not a time for me to hide. It's time for me to raise my voice, encourage other men to start fighting for the women of South Africa. I was raised by a woman. That's why I feel so passionately about it, because my grandmother put everything, all her dreams and goals aside, just to make sure that I had what I needed at the time, you know. And I think we need to start giving the platforms that they deserve, and we just start backing them, because if we can't make a difference in our country, then let's let the women make the difference. Or, I mean, it's like us as a partnership. I respect it. It's a 50-50 partnership, you know, and she works as hard, and I back her. I don't know everything, you know, we need to learn from one another, but women need to start taking their space now, and we as men need to support them and back them, because they are amazing, and I've seen the work that my wife does, and I've got so much respect.
As we excitingly looking forward to Father's Day ahead this weekend, we want you guys to send a beautiful wishful message to all the fathers and expecting fathers.
I think just to all the dads, I just want to say, you know, firstly, if you are a dad, you're already doing a great job. I believe that, you know, I think that a nation can completely change if fathers are just fathers. So if you're doing that, I think that that's a beautiful thing. I commend you for that, and just keep going, and let's raise sons and daughters that are just of the highest capacity, you know, and of the most incredible, just have the most incredible humanity and respect for one another. So let's just keep raising beautiful sons and daughters of South Africa, and well done, and I hope you have the most incredible day.
It's more than just giving a paycheck and doing whatever you want. Other than that, be there for your child, confirm identity, let your children know that they are loved, let your children know that they can be whatever they want to be in this life. Let's raise young men who are going to love and respect their mothers, and they're going to love and respect their sisters, and obviously anybody else in this world. And let's just educate them to know that, you know, they are enough. All the children are enough. All that they need, you know, is the love and support from their parents. And let's just do our part as men. If you are doing that, congrats, but keep on let's keep each other accountable. You know, we need a nation with strong fathers, strong male leaders in the house who are going to teach us how to be proper men. And let's start learning from women. Let's start asking the questions. Rachel, what do you need from me? Ask the wife, what do you need from me? How can I be better as a man? Let's not assume that we do know stuff. I make a lot of mistakes, but she's there to keep me on check, and that's the most important thing. Let's have the uncomfortable conversation right now so that our young children can see what it looks like to love somebody.
Sure.
Because trust me, the kids are watching. So let's raise strong superheroes within our children and make sure that we are the example that they can follow. Thank you for those words from the Khaleesi's.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time, we appreciate your contribution and everything that you're doing within the landscape of South Africa. The time is now to act and be brave, be bold, and go out there and be the difference. Thank you so much, Rachel and Sia. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Of course, the Khaleesi duo, the first couple of South African rugby, showing us that we want to be the change. We have to go out there and start these incredible foundations. Head over to Afternoon Express's website to make your pledge.
What a beautiful, beautiful initiative, Bali. I wonder what other people, Balisa, are saying about their fathers and what they're going to do.
No, listen, guys, my mind is blown. How dope is it that the Khaleesi's have heeded the president's call to go out there and be the difference by creating the Khaleesi Foundation and, of course, reaching out to the vulnerable members of our community, the kids. I love it. I'm here for it all. Now, whilst Visa may be everywhere we want to be, we can't quite get there right now. Coming up, we're learning that shopping local matters during these times as we meet the pastry princess. I'm all about supporting local and shopping local, giving local entrepreneurs a chance to flourish and grow. When you support local, you're not just helping that business to grow, you're investing in their employees, their suppliers, their families, and the community. Visa have recently launched a campaign called Where You Shop Matters to support local businesses with various initiatives. We'll be meeting some of those business owners right here on the show to chat a little bit more about what it means to be a small business owner. Today, we meet Charlotte Letlape from the Pastry Princess. Welcome to the Loft, Charlotte.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, girl, and I'm loving your swag. I'm loving your chef jacket there, looking so gorgeous.
Thank you, thank you. Made
Now-
by another small business as well.
Yeah, girl, I feel you. Okay, so here we're seeing two small businesses collaborating here to make magic. But I first want to find out from you, Charlotte, what is your background and where did you get your start in pastry?
So my background is I'm a former investment banker. I have an honors degree in financial management. And I fell in love with baking via my grandfather. He's the one that taught me all about it, taught me to love and respect the kitchen and that the kitchen is a safe space for you, but also for your family. So I have memories of him waking me up in the dead of winter at 5:30 in the morning to either bake the scones or to fry the magrinya, and then we would eat, just the two of us, bond, then wake everybody else up, and then carry on with our day together.
That sounds like a true magical moment there. I can just see you and your grandfather in the middle of the morning just munching away on what you've prepared before the rest of the family joins. See, that's what I like. But what does community mean to small businesses like yours?
Community is everything to a small business like mine because you become entrenched in your community, which would be your immediate community and your community of clients. Because if you're really good at what you do, like I am, and you offer a supreme product with brilliant service, your community will introduce you to their community, which will in turn introduce you to their community. And that's how you slowly build and you entrench yourself and show that you really are a master at what you do.
Yeah. So I see a lot of small business here do rely on word of mouth. You know, you need to be making sure that you're making the best so that the ripple effect can go throughout the community and people can fall in love with the product that you give. So in difficult times like these, though, Charlotte, why does where you shop matter?
Where you shop matters because you are building somebody's dream. You are validating somebody's dream and their vision and their passion for life and their passion for what they do. You're helping them transition from being an employee into an entrepreneur if that is their final dream. You're helping them express themselves in a way which is true and authentic to them,
that they may not be able to do in an everyday setting and in an everyday way. So that's why where you shop matters so much, because you're supporting a family, you are paying bills, you are funding research, you're doing so much for that small business and that small business owner and whoever else that small business is employing in turn.
So then on the more practical day-to-day running of the business, how do you think accepting digital forms of payment such as Visa make it easier for your business to operate?
It makes it easier for our business or my business and other small businesses to operate because a client can, number one, tap and go. Secondly, a client can also purchase online. They don't have to leave their home. They don't even have to leave their bed if that's how they're inclined. And it just makes the convenience of getting us into clients' homes and for clients to experience what we have to offer that much more easier and also safer.
So then how can people find you online? You know, you're talking about all things digital.
So my website, which is thepastryprincess.co.za, Instagram, which is Charlotte_thepastryprincess, and also on Facebook, which is thepastryprincess_ZA.
Rocking throughout all the platforms. We see you there, Charlotte. Lastly, what do you say to other women out there or men who want to start a business?
Do it. Go ahead, do it. It's going to be tough. Yesterday, I was exhausted. I actually wanted to cry. I was so tired. But because I love what I do and I have such amazing, inspiring clients, it motivated me to still give off my best and give the best product that I possibly can, because you only are as good as your last product. And delivering the cake this morning, my client was astounded. She was excited because she gets to do something beautiful for her friend, who's also a client of mine. And it was really a special moment for me because she's a long-term client. So her friends have ordered a cake, her husband ordered a cake for me, and her mom also ordered a cake for me. So she's going to be surprised this week with beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cakes.
That sounds brilliant. I mean, who doesn't love a good cake? Cake between family and friends might make the difference. So thank you so much, Charlotte, for the incredible work that you do and for inspiring all of those to chase their dreams as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the time, and have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye. Now, if you've got a small business that needs a digital advertising boost, Visa's here to lend a hand. Register at visa.co.za and get your name out there.
No matter who you are or what you're looking for, it all begins with a choice.
You know, Tooms, a lot of businesses struggle, small businesses, and with Visa's help, look at this beautiful lady, pastry princess, that bakes cakes. I just looked on Instagram. It's the most gorgeous cakes.
Amazing. Melissa, what do you think?
Guys, you know what's so funny about the fact that, you know, we've got the pastry princess and we're asking everyone on social media, what are they surprising their fathers with? We've got Dikeleti here, and Dikeleti says, yes, I was thinking about baking for him a cake, but I don't know how to bake a cake. Well, girl, luckily we got the pastry princess. Just hit up Charlotte. Hopefully she can hook something up for you. But what are we preparing in the kitchen, ladies?
We are making the best sami you've ever tasted, Super Dad Sami for Father's Day.
Okay, something special after this.
Happy Friday, everyone, and thank you for joining us yet again. And today we are celebrating our fathers with a tasty Super Dad Sami.
That looks like not a Super Dad Sami, a Super Sami.
It does, right?
Delicious.
And we're going to show everyone how to make their own Super Dad Sami at home. You can get the details, the ingredients on the website, afternoonexpress.co.za, and let's get cooking. So to start it off, I've got my chicken breast that I've got there, and I'm just going to put some oil into my pot. Actually, let me do this because I need this for something else. So I'm going to my oil into the pot here, and I'm going to start frying the chicken. So all
in the pot?
So all we want to do is we basically just want to sear it on the outside because it's going to continue cooking in the oven.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so let's get that frying. Then while that fries there, the other ingredients that are going to go into our sami, or rather into the chicken, is some thyme and some garlic paste. So the garlic paste was basically some garlic that we crushed very finely because we wanted to actually mellow in to the barbecue sauce. Because what's going to happen here is the chicken is going to cook in a barbecue sauce, and then we're going to reduce it, and that becomes, it's basically a pulled chicken. Most people know pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
We're doing pulled chicken, because not everyone can have this.
In Afrikaans, it's going to sound very strange, like a getrekte hoendertjie.
That, whatever she said, we're making that today. So we're letting the chicken just sear on the outside. We want that nice... Ooh. Oh, yes, flames.
Smoking hot, lady. There's a smoking hot chicken.
Yeah, so we're getting it nice and brown on the outside.
Okay.
I'm going to season it now with a bit of salt and some pepper. And then I'm going to turn it over and do the other side. But let me just get it nice and brown first. To go along with our sami, so in the sami, we've got the pulled chicken, and we've got a nice creamy coleslaw.
Oh, yes.
And you're making that for us.
Yes, I love coleslaw. I grew up with a coleslaw, just with cabbage and with orange segments in it, like with orange and with carrots. It's strange, no? Vrystaat.
I think you were destined to be a chef because your family's always just put their own spin on everything. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, so it's cabbage, a bit of mayonnaise. This is a zest, lime zest.
Okay.
Or you can use lemon zest. And I'm going to cut up some apple and some mayo.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So while you do that, I'm going to turn my chicken over and then sear the other side. We want it nicely brown, so I'm just increasing my heat here because I want that crust on the outside. And then I'm seasoning the other side. While that does that as well, I'm going to go in with the rest of the ingredients. Like I mentioned, we've got some thyme, and we're not going to pull the leaves out because once it cooks, the leaves actually just fall off anyway. So you'll just pull the sticks out, the stalks out after it's cooked. And what happens now is because we've put the thyme into the oil, it releases its own oils, and it's just going to hug the chicken.
I know, and it pops.
Yes.
Can you hear that? Did you hear that? Like,
exactly, like your bacon.
Yeah.
So we're popping today, we're popping.
I'm interested that you're putting your sauce, your barbecue sauce also in there.
Yes, so we're going to put everything into this pot, and it's all going to cook in the oven. You cook it for, at this time we're not doing 180 degrees, we're doing it at 200 degrees.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because luckily the water is going to form a barrier so the chicken won't overcook. It's going to be nicely braised inside that liquid. So it's going to cook in the oven, inside the barbecue sauce at 200 degrees. So this is what we're talking about. I want this nice brown crust on the outside. So I've got that. Let me add all the other ingredients. We're going in. I like my barbecue sauce a lot sweeter, so I'm adding some sugar. And then we add your barbecue sauce.
All that sugar over the chicken.
I like it sweet, Mama.
Whoa.
Yep.
I'm completely, I'm without words now. I'm lost.
All right,
but I'm sure it tastes nice.
I promise you it is the most amazing thing you've tasted. So now that all the ingredients are in there, I'm going to pop this into our oven and let it cook. Let me actually switch off our stove here.
Yeah.
It's going to cook for the remainder of the recipe inside there at 200 degrees for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right? And then to start the next process, you can't have a sami without bread.
Yeah.
So we're putting our bread over here. We're going to toast the bread. And because we're using our Tasty Excella, because it's such a quality product, it doesn't give off any additional smell or anything like that. So I can actually just brush it onto my bread and it won't taste funny or anything like that. So I'm just going to brush my bread. I want to increase my heat here because I want those char marks on the outside, because not only must it taste good, it must also look good. So you want to create those char marks on the outside of the bread and then toast it nicely. So basically once this is cooked, we're going to put it all together. So I've got my pulled chicken that I made earlier. I've got my slaw. I'm just going to get the bread
Put it on there. Put the sami on there.
You're right, and just fold it together, right?
Yeah.
You are a winner, so I'm just going to start assembling my sandwich right onto.
Oh, I will serve it like that. It's like an open sami on a grill.
You know what? Because it's you and we are the queens of this kitchen, I'm going to do it like that because why not? And like I mentioned, guys, if you want the ingredients as well, go onto the website, get the recipe details, make your dad the super dad sami, and I promise you, if he wasn't a super dad before, he'll definitely be one after eating this sandwich.
I'm coming with my slaw.
I
Sorry,
can see
Sims.
you
I'm like
already
just
starting
coming
with
in
your
here.
layers
There we
over
go,
here.
there we go, there we go. Pop.
Thank you so much. And there we go. That is your super dad sami. Delicious flavor. The sauce is reduced. The flavors are amazing. And you can have this any day of the year, but specifically for Father's Day. Palisa, I know you want to have a taste of this, so please come and join us and tell me what you think of this recipe.
Yo, ladies in the kitchen, social media is mad at you, but mad in all the right ways. I mean, we've got Pamela here on social media. Pamela CC says, hey guys, happy Friday, especially Bali with your chefs. Sengi kulpele with your ingredients. Hashtag Afternoon Express. Basically saying they have got a little food baby due to our recipes in the kitchen. And it just seems like everyone has got food lined up for dad. And I think it's safe to say the way to a man's heart is through his belly. Because we've got Snowy here, and Snowy also says, yes, I'm planning to bake him muffins. So ladies, coming up after the break, what do we have lined up?
We're going to do a hug in a mug. We're going to hug a bit with a hot chocolate, hot coffee mug. Yumminess.
That sounds delicious, South Africa. So if we haven't given you enough recipes, we've got more coming up.
And frothy, it's your feel-great coffee. Treat yourself to Hug in a Mug Creamy Cappuccino.
Welcome back, South Africa. We've got another recipe for you today, and this is just to seal the deal.
Yes.
Dads, I know a lot of daddies love coffee, so we're going to be making the popular, it's a trend right now, Dalgona coffee. So we're going to be making that for all our fathers, but we're using a different one today. We're making a hug in a mug.
A hug in a mug, and I chose the strawberry.
I chose the normal, tasty, classic cappuccino. And to start it off, we're going to be making the frothy part of the cappuccino. So what we do, or rather the Dalgona coffee, I'm going to start by putting our what's this? What do you call it? The sachet. We're going to pour it into into our bowl over here. You said you chose the strawberry flavor.
I love strawberries. And you can actually see it on the shelves at the moment.
Yeah.
There's these really dark red, beautiful strawberries, and it's very interesting flavor that it's in a mug. You know, but I love it. It's like a hot milkshake.
Oh, yes. Because I was about to say, like, a strawberry-flavored milkshake. Really, girl? I mean, coffee. But anyway, so we're starting off with some hot water.
Okay, so
that we pour into... It's literally about a tablespoon of water into our Dalgona, into our hug in a mug sachet. And then we're going to whisk it.
Okay, I'm going to whisk it.
As much as you can.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually think I want more. I'm not sure.
I can smell it already.
It tastes
very
amazing,
coffee.
Right? It smells amazing.
Yeah, it's very coffee, and then the strawberry comes through. I can actually smell the strawberry peels. Yes.
I was actually thinking it's going to be pink, so I was a bit worried. I'm glad it's not. So the whole idea here is to use your arm muscles and to whisk it away.
It up a bit.
We were not going to be like other...
Don't burn the kitchen, sister.
I promise I'm not.
That's what normally happens with milk.
I should actually just stir it, because that's what helps. All
and
right.
if you want to win a hamper, our viewers out there, hop over to our Facebook page and go to the Hug and Mug post.
Yes.
And then they must only post who they want to hug and tag them.
Yes.
And they can win a hamper for them and the person that they tag. Isn't that fantastic?
Okay, so who do you want to hug now?
I want to hug my mommy, but she's in frail care. So I won't be able to tag her, but it's still fine. You can still enter, you know, even if you don't have to tag them.
Okay, so perfect. So what you mean is, if I want to participate in this competition and I want to hug someone, so I go onto the Afternoon Express Facebook page.
Yes.
I go to the Hug in a Mug post.
Yes.
And then I comment there and I say who I want to hug and why. And I could stand the chance to win a Hug in a Mug hamper.
Yes. And who do you want to hug?
Guys, I'm sure you know this already. I say this so many times. My little boy. If I could hug him right now, but given social distancing and all of that, I can't, and he's in Joburg. But anyway, we're continuing. Like, guys, as you can see, we're sweating already. This is the amount of labor that goes into it. It's a labor of love already.
Oh my gosh, this is delicious. I'm having a
going
cookie.
With your milk.
I'm going to be naughty. I'm simply going to crumble a cookie in here. Let me taste this.
That looks amazing.
It is amazing.
Please don't burn yourself. All right, and then I go in with my Dalgona.
It is delicious.
So we want that little...
I love that.
Can you see that layer that it creates there?
You see, I was in too much of a hurry.
And that's exactly what we're going for. And like I'm also going to copy you. I'm going to crumble some crunchy biscuits on top. And there we go, a tasty, amazing Dalgona coffee.
Hug in a mug.
Hug in a mug. So if you want the details, guys, go onto the website, get cooking, get prepping, get whatever, get ready. Father's Day is around the corner. Get your fathers to enjoy these delicious coffees.
Cheers, girl. What flavor do you have?
I've got the cappuccino. I've got some crunchies over here. Palisa, would you like some coffee?
Creamy and frothy, it's your feel-great coffee. Treat yourself to Hug in a Mug Creamy Cappuccino.
Delicious, ladies. Now, he may be a hugely successful international singer and songwriter, doing amazing things to uplift those in need. But his next song shows that he is just a mortal man.
We stepped out in the morning, rode the light beneath the waves, and fired off a warning. The delight is rearranged. Stick your head out, so count on me when you're falling down. Don't give up on what we've got now. I hear you calling. count on me when you're falling down, and just stop giving what you can't give now. I hear you calling, and she said, hold my hand. Nothing I will change. Mortal man, my friend. Nothing I will change. Mortal man, mortal man, mortal man, oh, mortal man, yeah, mortal man.
Oh, what an incredible performance by Jeremy Lukes, truly touching the soul. A true special treat for fathers out there. And speaking about fathers, it is Father's Day on Sunday, so we have asked you on social media, what do you have up your sleeve? But you know, there are a lot of touching comments and tributes to those fathers and father figures who've passed. We've got Pete Ludwig, and Pete Ludwig says, I unfortunately don't have a dad anymore since 2000. It's not a nice time. Balisa, you look so stunning today, my dear. Love you guys a lot. And all the kisses to you, Pete. We've also got someone else here, Mona Lisa. And Mona Lisa holds the same sentiment. She goes, hi, ladies. Unfortunately, I lost my dad when my mama was pregnant. Please take care of your dads, good people. Hashtag Afternoon Express. What a lovely message, you know, reminding us, Mona Lisa, that let us treasure those that are still around us. You know, let's give people their flowers whilst they're still alive. Ladies, give me the opportunity to read one more.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me read Queen P Throne. And Queen P Throne says, I'm planning on buying something really nice for my dad. Queen P Throne, I truly hope that you will be shopping local when you are buying dad something special. Ladies, dig in. Thank you so much for the super dad sandwich. I think that's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight.
Yes. I would actually like to wish all the fathers in heaven a happy Father's Day. And all the fathers in studio, we haven't forgotten you guys. Happy Father's Day.
We do have a little bit of a daddy daycare here in studio, so we appreciate them. Let's not forget all of our dads or paternal figures out there. You know, you might not have given birth physically to the child, but I know that you have contributed to raising them. We definitely appreciate it. Shout out to all the daddies. Now join us on Monday as we take a deeper look into all things relationships. Until then, Mzansi, have a stunning weekend. Stay safe and happy eating. Good night.
Father's Day.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.